Hey guys, welcome back. It is a nice cool 34 degrees out in southeast Wisconsin, and it's snowing out. Our frost days doesn't start till May 31st, so we got some time before we have to start planting anything in the ground. But I started everything inside. I used an AeroGarden to start some of the plants, transplanted them over into pots. So let's go take a look, see how they're doing. About the first of the year, I planted all of these tomato plants in the AeroGardens. About mid-February, I had to move them into the pots because they outgrew the AeroGardens. Now we are mid-April, and I'm going to have to start staking them because they just won't stop growing. All right, so I got 4-foot stakes because I wasn't sure exactly how big I was going to end up needing. And from what I figure, I need about 30 inches, so I used an angle grinder and cut them down. And just, you see they've really taken off. Slide this in. Now when I did put from the AeroGarden, the plants in here, I left the plastic container that held the soil and the roots together, and I just planted the whole thing in there. I don't see that it has inhibited its growth or stunted it or interfered at all, which is evident. So I have these soft wire ties that I'm just using to attach the plants in different areas to the pole to make sure that they stay upright and continue to grow. When I remove this plant from my area, it was completely intertwined with other plants. That's it. This is the AeroGarden that I use to grow the tomatoes, and these are peppers. I've got a red super hot and 2 mini jalapeno peppers. We're going to be transplanting those into some pots today. All right, next we're going to pot the jalapenos and the other peppers. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to start doing a mix in a separate pan in the center of potting mix. Doing is taking the potting mix and getting it a little wet and then adding it to each one of the pots. We're going to leave a little space and then we'll get the jalapeno and we'll pop that in there and then finish filling it up. Here we have the mini jalapeno. It's still in the plastic. I did the tomatoes where I just put this plastic right directly in there, or you can cut it out. I think I'm going to try to cut it out and see what we can do from there. All right, so that wasn't too bad. Just keep filling it in. Now this plant is already starting to sag with height, so I'm going to probably stake this one right away with some of the excess from staking in the tomatoes. I've got a couple smaller stakes, so I'll just use this. Let's get the other ones going. Now we did have two basil plants that I transplanted from the AeroGarden in February. These are those. They are doing okay. They're not doing great, but hopefully, I think they were just getting shaded out by all of the tomato plants. So we're going to try to bring those back and get those to flourish. So that's everything I have started in the AeroGardens. Now we're in pots. So we're going to finish watering these and set up the grow light. Okay, so here's our setup. We've got the red super hot, 2 mini jalapenos, and 2 basil plants in the back under one grow light next to the window. And we have our 5 tomato plants all set up. Next, we're going to start working on getting our last week of sowing in. We're going to be using these cells. They were sold as a kit on Amazon. I'll leave the link below. Okay, like always, starting out, we're going to add soil that we're going to add into it. I'm using the Burpee eco-friendly natural organic seed starting mix. Add some to here, and then I add water, and that way I can pack it in a little bit better to get the seeds in. Cap it. I'm just going to find this new home right up here. Alright, we're going to start our next pile of seeds. I'm going to be completely honest, I am not 100% certain if I'm getting seeds in the holes or not, or if it's just laying on top. So, we'll see what happens with this. This area is all set up. We've got our mini jalapenos and red fire peppers all set with the basil moved over so it gets a little bit more light. The seeds are all planted and the tomatoes are staked and looking great. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.